Hi, everyone. This week we're doing another reading fluency and self evaluation for your reading assignment. This will be the second time you're doing a self evaluation after listening to yourself read a Raz Kids book. So, this week it's going to be a little bit different because the goal you create this week is going to be based on the feedback that your teacher gave to you from the week of May 4th to May 10th, as well as the goal that you had in mind back then. So, step one, you're going to watch this instructional video. So, good job. Step two, you're going to review the feedback that your teacher gave you on your last assignment, which was May 4th to May 10th, as well as the goal that you created for yourself. You're going to combine the feedback as well as the goal that you had in mind, and then create a new goal to focus on for this week. So, how do you do that? Well, you got to go back to your main classroom page, go into your classwork, and we got to find that assignment from May 4th to May 10th. So, one easy way I like to do that is by clicking this button, View Your Work. If you're using an iPad or a different smart device, such as a Android tablet or a smartphone, you might not see these words there, but the icon will be there, this square with this little portrait icon. So you click into there, and you will notice all the different assignments. Now we have to scroll through and find May 4th to May 10th reading. Oh, here it is. May 4th to May 10th, reading fluency. Perfect. So click in there, and you should have some feedback from your teacher. So I provided this feedback to this fake student, and it says, "Good job completing this task. I noticed that you were reading without stopping or pausing at periods and commas. Next time, focus on noticing punctuation and pausing at appropriate spots as you read out loud. Another tip is to practice reading it several times and listen to it being read to you before attempting to record." And I want to stress this tip. I've noticed that a lot of the reading recordings that have been done, it seems like it was done on a first, second, or third trial. You want to read it many, many times before you actually hit that record button. All right, so I've read my teacher feedback. Now I'm going to go back into my fluency self evaluation to try to remember what the goal was that I made for myself. Oh, so if I scroll down, I notice that I gave myself um, a check mark here for needing to work on punctuation, which goes in line with what my teacher said. And in my goal for next time, from May 4th to May 10th, I put practice reading out loud several times and read to my family members before recording myself so that I can get better at expression. Okay, so my previous goal was expression, but my teacher's telling me to work on punctuation. So you're going to have to decide where you want to go. If I can combine the two, well, one major feedback was to read it several times. Okay, so maybe I would read it several times, notice my periods, commas, and in order to work on expression, maybe I would focus on quotation marks. So perhaps it's best this week for me to work on punctuation. For you, it might be different. Maybe you didn't have problems noticing punctuation marks. Perhaps it was to work on accuracy. Maybe we're reading sentences and substituting words that weren't actually there for different words. Or perhaps you weren't reading the endings. You missed the S or the ED on the end of the word. Um, Perhaps it was the rate. Maybe you're reading a little bit too fast or maybe a little bit too slow. So you decide what you need to work on. Okay, so I'm going to now go back to my class page, check out the assignment. All right. So I've done step one, watch the video. I've done step two, meaning I've read the feedback that my teacher gave to me and I reviewed the goal that I had in mind from that week. Step three, you're going to now read a few books on Raz Kids. So don't just pick one book and only read that book. Read a few different books and pick a book that is just right. So this is a book where you can perhaps experiment with different expressions. I would maybe recommend trying to find a book where there are lots of different quotation marks, a conversation between characters. So perhaps a nonfiction book if you wanted to work on expression, for instance. But take a look at the books that are available and pick a book that you feel comfortable reading or that you enjoy reading. So again, don't just pick one book, read a few. From that list of books, pick the just right book. Then I want you to read that book at least 3 times. So don't just read it once and record it. Read it at least 3 times. More than 3 times, fabulous. Maybe even read it once or twice a day for a few days. Keep developing that fluency goal. Do not rush to get that recording done. Practice several times throughout that week, then create that recording near the end of the week. So, again, I should not see people submitting their reading fluency and self-evaluation on the Monday when it's assigned. I should see it closer to the end of the week because I really want you to be practicing. All right. Then you're going to fill out the fluency self-evaluation document. It's going to be a little bit different than before, so let's take a look at it. This time around, there's been one extra step added, which is the fluency goal based on your teacher's feedback and the goal you set for yourself last time. So you would put in the title of the Raz Kids reading that you chose, make that fluency goal. So this time around, remember, I really wanted to focus on punctuation. So noticing periods, commas, and quotation marks as I read, and pausing appropriate spots. Okay, so that's my very specific goal. And that was a combination of the teacher feedback as well as my own personal goal. The personal goal being expression, so there's the quotation marks, and the punctuation. All right. Then I'm going to go through this. I'm going to listen to the recording that I've recorded on Raz Kids, and I'm going to fill this in as I listen to it. Then for next time, what should I work on? All right. After you're done, make sure you click turn in, and that's it. I hope you have a great week. Take care.